Welcome to a cinematic guide where we test a provocative idea. Can salsa and bachata actually hack your heart and accelerate real connection? In this 8-step field manual meets Love Lab, we unpack the science of synchrony, the art of lead and follow, and the tiny choices that turn a dance floor into a bonding engine. Stay to the end for a practical plan you can try this week, whether you are single, dating, or rebuilding spark. What if falling in love is less about destiny and more about timing? On a crowded dance floor, two strangers step into the same rhythm and something clicks. Scientists call it interpersonal synchrony, and your body reads it as safety. When steps align and breath steadies, the nervous system relaxes and opens. This is the moment curiosity replaces caution. Salsa and bachata are engineered for synchrony because they ask you to share balance. You mirror, you respond, and you anticipate micro changes together. That loop of action and feedback builds trust at speed. It is not magic, but a series of small, measurable signals. Muscles prime, pupils dilate, and smiles self-trigger through mimicry. Even a beginner can feel the tiny rush when a turn lands just right. That rush is dopamine nudging you to try again. Shared success binds faster than solo achievement, especially under music. Of course, a misstep or toe tap can spike embarrassment and pull you out. But a quick smile and reset restores rhythm and proves the partnership can repair, which is the first seed of trust. So the question is not, can dance make you fall in love, but can it create the conditions for love to start? To answer, we need to peek under the hood of chemistry and coordination, then step through it together. Here is the chemistry kit hiding in plain sight. Touch, rhythm, and gaze recruit brain systems that predict closeness. Light, respectful touch can release oxytocin, the bonding neuropeptide, especially when it feels safe and voluntary. Rhythm organizes your motor system, so decisions feel easier and smoother. Gaze synchronizes attention, keeping both minds on the same moment. When these align, the body creates a profile that looks a lot like early-stage attraction. The conflict is that anxiety can shut this system down. Sweaty palms, racing thoughts, and self-judgment can turn a song into a spiral. The fix is to outsource calm to the music and the pattern. Focus on the count and the breath, and let your body do one job at a time. Leads choose clear, simple frames. Follows offer relaxed tone with engaged core. Complexity can wait until calm becomes default. Each tiny success becomes proof that connection is safe. Over a few songs, the brain updates its prediction. This person equals comfort and fun. That is the slow construction of chemistry rather than a lightning bolt. Next, we will decode the role of eyes and distance. Can eye contact actually change how your body feels? In partner dance, eye lines act like steering wheels for attention. A brief, soft gaze sharpens timing and reduces second-guessing. It also signals availability without pressure. In bachata, proximity invites warmth while the frame preserves respect. Most awkward moments come from unresolved distance cues. Too far and the dance feels cold. Too close and it floods the system. The remedy is negotiated space. Start open, then invite an inch closer with breath and timing. If the partner mirrors, you have consent to continue. If not, you hold and reset. That micro yes process trains boundaries you can use off the floor. Eyes return often but softly, like punctuation rather than a stare. The small conflict is fear of being seen. The resolution is to shift from performance to witnessing, letting curiosity replace self-judgment. With that, the gaze becomes a bridge, not a test. Next, the roles of lead and follow become our language of trust. Is lead and follow dominance versus submission? Not in healthy partner dance, where roles are agreements rather than hierarchies. The lead proposes timing and direction. The follow contributes texture, timing, and options. Both roles require awareness, tone, and clarity. The conflict arises when one partner pushes and the other shuts down. Tension in shoulders, rigid grips, and rushed cues break trust. The fix is to treat the frame like a conversation. Pressure is information, not control. A clear prep, a stable axis, and a relaxed hand communicate more than words. Follows speak back with timing, musicality, and grounded feet. In salsa, a well-timed crossbody lead feels like opening a door. In bachata, a gentle hip timing becomes a shared sentence. When both roles value listening, creativity blooms. Mistakes become variations instead of threats. That emotional climate carries into life, where proposals and responses replace ultimatums. Next, we examine rhythm itself, the heartbeat of cooperation. Do you really need rhythm to connect? Rhythm is shared prediction, and prediction reduces fear. Salsa's clave and tumbao give you a grid to agree on. Bachata's 4-count with syncopation invites grounded sway. The conflict appears when partners argue with the music. One fights for speed while the other clings to caution. The solution is a smaller step and a clearer count. Whisper the timing in your head. 1, 2, 3, pause. Or quick, quick, slow. Keep steps under your hips so balance stays available. Then add breath on the phrase changes to reset attention. When both bodies ride the same wave, decisions feel lighter. This reduces cognitive load and frees up warmth. Rhythm becomes a shared home, not a test. It is less about perfect timing and more about predictable timing. Once that is stable, play returns and connection follows. Next, we look at touch and why less can be more. Why does a gentle hand on the back feel so reassuring? Safe touch tells the nervous system that the environment is predictable. In partner dance, contact points are like anchors for attention. Too much pressure can feel invasive. Too little can feel ambiguous. The conflict is overcorrection, where fear turns touch into stiffness. That stiffness blocks communication and erodes timing. The fix is calibrated tone, firm through the frame, soft through the hands. Think of guiding with structure rather than force. Use the back of the hand when possible to reduce grip anxiety. Keep elbows buoyant so signals can travel without noise. When partners match tone, the signal-to-noise ratio rises. Clarity reduces hesitation, which returns warmth. Over time, even brief contact carries trust. That kind of trust can generalize beyond the floor. Next, novelty and learning keep the spark alive. Can novelty reignite a tired relationship? Learning sparks dopamine and builds shared stories. Salsa and bachata offer endless micro-wins. A new turn, a cleaner basic, a smoother sway. The conflict is that novelty can overwhelm if piled on too fast. Too many new moves fracture attention and connection. The resolution is progressive complexity, one new idea per song. Give it 3 repetitions, then return to comfort to lock it in. Celebrate the smallest improvement and name it together. That shared label becomes a memory anchor. The brain tags these moments as us, not me. Over weeks, novelty upgrades from chaos to playful challenge. You build resilience to uncertainty by practicing it safely. This spills into work, conflict, and parenting, where flexibility matters. A relationship that learns together is harder to bore and easier to repair. Next, we explore attachment patterns and how dance can heal or trigger them. Why do some people relax in close hold while others freeze? Attachment patterns travel with us onto the dance floor. Securely attached dancers tend to enjoy negotiation and repair. Anxious patterns may fear rejection and overchase connection. Avoidant patterns may fear engulfment and pull away. The conflict appears when these styles collide under pressure. A jittery lead can overwhelm a cautious follow. A distant follow can frustrate a present lead. The resolution starts with naming what shows up without blame. Build rituals that soothe both nervous systems. Slower songs first, open hold to begin, steady breath. Ask for micro-consent before closing space. Praise specific behaviors so the brain knows what to repeat. Over time, safety rewrites prediction models. Dance becomes not therapy, but therapeutic, a place to rehearse better patterns. Next, we will codify consent with practical micro-yes language. How do you say yes without words? In social dance, consent lives in micro-yes signals. Offer your hand and wait for the reply. Use a gentle prep and read tone before committing to momentum. Keep your frame mobile so the partner can exit anytime. The conflict shows when someone ignores a no or pushes pace. That breaks trust and shrinks the dance. The resolution is to slow down and narrate with body language. A small head tilt asks, a soft palm invites, and a light chuckle resets. If a move feels too intimate, pivot to an open variation. Give options and accept the one your partner chooses. Partners reward respect with more play. Soon, the dance becomes a conversation of offers and edits. This is how intimacy grows without pressure. The same skill protects feelings off the floor. Next, we scale these ideas into simple drills for date night. What should a dance date night look like if you want connection, not chaos? Start with a short warm-up walk to lower stress chemicals. Choose a venue with good ventilation and friendly hosts. Begin with 2 easy songs in open position to calibrate. The conflict is ambition that outruns energy. Overscheduling classes or chasing crowded nights drains focus. The fix is a 3-song rule: calibrate, play, debrief. After the second song, share one thing you liked and one thing to try. Keep feedback specific and kind, like more tone and frame rather than be stronger. Sip water, breathe slow, and take breaks before fatigue steals patience. Consider a 5-minute drill in a quiet corner rather than another frantic round. End on a win so the brain catalogs the night as success. Capture one memory with a quick photo or voice note. Soon, date night becomes a ritual of repair and joy. Next, we tackle the myth of flashy moves versus real connection. Are flashy patterns the enemy of intimacy? Not if they serve the music and your partner. The conflict comes when moves turn into performance for the room. Connection collapses under the weight of showing off. The antidote is present moment awareness. Track breath, eyeline, and tone first, then layer in complexity. Keep your basic clean so everything else has a foundation. Choose patterns with built-in pauses that allow for shared smiles. In bachata, milk the slow beats for texture instead of stuffing counts. In salsa, let the crossbody lead breathe before stacking turns. If a partner starts to tense, dial back to comfort without comment. Celebrate the reset as mastery, not failure. The best dancers look like they are listening. Audiences feel it and partners trust it. When connection leads, moves shine. Next, a few composite stories show how this plays out in real life. Can dance really change a relationship outside the studio? Consider 3 composites from classes and socials. A married couple exhausted by schedules used a weekly salsa to practice micro yes and debriefs. Conflicts at home shortened because they had a rapid repair ritual. A shy graduate student used bachata to practice eye contact in small doses. Anxiety dropped when he learned to start open and move closer by inches. A divorced parent rebuilt trust by tracking breath and tone before every lead. Co-parenting talks became calmer because patience was now a body skill. The common thread is that skills learned under music transfer. The conflict in each story was overwhelm, avoidance, or control. The resolution was slow, repeatable rituals that became automatic. No one needed talent, only consistency. Chemistry stopped being luck and started being practice. Next, we will craft a simple week-by-week plan you can try. How do you structure progress without burning out? Use a 4-week connection arc. Week 1, safety. Open position, clear basics, breath. Week 2, rhythm, counting together and finding predictable timing. Week 3, texture, single new element per song and micro yes practice. Week 4, play, musical pauses, smiles, and relaxed experimentation. The conflict appears when perfectionism sneaks in. Perfectionism kills curiosity and freezes learning. The fix is a scoreboard of tiny wins, not flawless routines. Track one new comfort per session, like steadier frame or softer gaze. Review the list together and celebrate out loud. Small reinforcement cements neural change. If life gets messy, repeat the week rather than pushing forward. Progress is a spiral, not a straight line. Next, we answer big fears like 2 left feet and starting late. What if you have 2 left feet? That phrase is really a story about fear. fear of being judged, dropped, or bored. The conflict is that fear gets louder in new spaces. The resolution is exposure in tiny doses. Start at home with a playlist and practice weight shifts. Count out loud and film a 20-second clip just for you. Notice one thing you did right and one thing to try. When you enter a class, tell the teacher your goal is connection, not tricks. Ask partners for slow songs first and open position. You will be surprised how many people prefer clarity over flash. As you gather small wins, fear loses credibility. Confidence is proof collected over time, not a personality trait. Soon, you will care less about right and more about real. That shift unlocks warm, steady dances and warmer, steadier relationships. Next, let us talk culture and respect, the roots beneath the rhythm. Why does cultural respect matter in salsa and bachata? These dances carry histories, communities, and values. Salsa grew from Afro-Caribbean rhythms and diaspora stories. Bachata evolved from Dominican social traditions into global expressions. The conflict is unintentional erasure when newcomers chase trends without context. The resolution is curiosity and credit. Learn the origins, listen to classics, and support local teachers and DJs. Respect floor etiquette and personal boundaries as part of the culture. Know that styles vary and that diversity is a feature, not a bug. Ask rather than assume, watch rather than grab, offer rather than insist. When you respect roots, your dancing gains depth. Partners feel it in the patience of your lead and the steadiness of your follow. Culture teaches connection as responsibility, not just romance. That responsibility makes love feel safer and stronger. Next, we compare salsa and bachata paths for different personalities. If this journey sparked a new way to see connection, take it off the screen and onto the floor. Try one drill tonight, book a class this week, and share what you felt in the comments so others can learn from your experience. If you want more Science Meets Heart guides like this, tap subscribe and the bell. Until next time, keep your steps simple, your gaze kind, and your rhythm shared.